people think of the Bay Area in California as a liberal place, but it turns out that hate crimes and hate speech does happen in places like San Francisco quite often. In fact, an Iranian woman by the name of Yvette Lolham was on BART, which is the Bay Area Rapid Transit train, speaking to her father in Assyrian. While she was speaking to her father, apparently a woman overheard her and began to attack her. Yvette immediately got her phone out and started filming her and warned that the video would be on Facebook, but it didn't seem to deter the unidentified woman. Take a look.
Go ahead, say it again.
Take care of him. Trump might deport you. You are breaking the law right now.
Oh, wow.
What you're doing. And you
Really? Do you know I'm recording you? It's going to go on Facebook.
Fine. Go on Facebook.
I'm telling everybody.
This woman is a stalker from the Middle East. She's a Middle Eastern terrorist.
Continue.
She's terrorizing citizens like me, and she will probably get deported. And this little bastard, oh, you shut the fuck up. You're all stalkers. Don't lie.
This is going to go on Facebook. Just letting you know.
Nobody's going to watch.
You don't give a fuck. You just said that.
But I would like to say right now, this crazy person is stalking people with all these other stalkers, and anybody that's watching it on Facebook knows the ugly, dirty thing you do every year with playing the Deadpool game. And people place bets on it, and you're standing here harassing me, and I think you're an ugly, mean, evil little pig who might get deported. And I pray that you
I'm a citizen.
Oh, well, then you're okay.
Oh.
Lucky you. Lucky you. You made it just under the wire.
Okay, so the woman had said, oh yeah, post it on Facebook, no one's gonna watch it. It's been viewed literally millions of times, so people did watch it. And family members and friends of the woman in the video contacted CBS to let CBS know that she is mentally disabled, and as a result, she's paranoid. And so if you know who she is, or if you run into her, please don't attack her, don't go after her. Obviously, that speech is unacceptable. But I bring that up because it's important to show the impact that rhetoric has. And so when you demonize an entire group of people and you talk about them as if they're all terrorists or they're all bad and they're all dangerous, people who might not be in the right frame of mind could be driven to a certain type of paranoia that could be dangerous. Now, luckily, no one got hurt here, and I want to have a broader discussion about what's happening in terms of hate crimes since Election Day. But first, Grace, jump in. What do you think of all this?
Yeah, I do really want to commend Yvette because she did the right thing, I think, in recording what went down. I think it is a little disturbing that it got to this point on a crowded BART train. I think that's a little bit disturbing, but you make a great point, Anna. This rhetoric is really finding a home with people, and not all of them are of sound mind, and just to see how that can escalate, it's really, really dangerous what we're seeing, and I'm not sure. It makes me wonder what I would have done in that situation. I hope I would have intervened. I always try and be empathetic when I see something like this, because it isn't obvious that she is not mentally well.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because we see so many people that are totally mentally competent, that are saying very similar things to this woman who is not fit.
Exactly. I mean, and I just want to note that there were other people on the train that spoke out and tried to defend Yvette, and I'm really happy that they stepped in, because another thing that I'm noticing is a lot of people just don't want to get involved, they don't want to get into any type of trouble, and so they might see some questionable behavior and they'll just pretend like they don't see it at all. I think it's important for us to all protect one another. Look, regardless of our political beliefs, I know that I've said some pretty angry things about people I've disagreed with, particularly women who voted for Trump. But in the end of the day, after emotions are a little settled, we're all Americans, and we have to look out for one another, and we need to protect one another. In this case, I worry because the Southern Poverty Law Center has counted more than 200 hate crimes or instances of hate since Election Day. One example is, a sign advertising Spanish services had been ripped and vandalized with the words "Trump Nation, Whites Only." You're seeing swastikas, spray painted on various cultural centers throughout the country. And so people are on edge and they're really worried. And so again, rhetoric matters. Rhetoric matters so much. Let's not demonize one another, okay? If you are a Trump supporter and you are making the argument throughout his, candidacy that he doesn't actually promote hate, I mean, what do you do with these examples of hate? You know, we have to fight back against it. I don't know.
Yeah, I also think that what you hear from the woman is the fear that she has, you know, that she's saying Middle Eastern terrorist, and that there are all these stalkers that are around her, and the sort of fear that the Trump campaign sort of really fed on, a lot of fear mongering, and it's dangerous because when people are afraid, they get paranoid. You're not thinking rationally here. You're saying you're on edge, and just the slightest thing, someone speaking in another language on a bus can set you off. And obviously, this is a unique case because the woman is not mentally well, but I really think this sort of thing could happen, has happened to people that would be mentally competent.
Yeah, I mean,
and
it is
what's
happening.
really scary.
It is happening, yes. So you see people who do not have any type of mental disability going out and attacking others, and that's scary. But we've had a number of mass shootings in this country where, you know, mental health has played a role, where, you know, this climate of hate and bigotry has played a role. A climate of fear and paranoia has played a role. I just want us to all just take a step back, okay? I know emotions are high, but we need to relax, and we need to realize that this kind of stuff can't keep happening. We can't be attacking random strangers on trains or in public areas because they look a way that we're uncomfortable with.
Or they speak a language we haven't heard before.
Exactly. And by the way, this woman is a U.S. citizen, okay? But we don't have conversations about that.
So, Anna, what would your advice be to someone watching if they are in a position where they are witnessing a hate crime or hate speech like this happen? Because I think that you have to be careful with how you deal with this. I think a lot of people were maybe complacent on the BART. Now, there were some people speaking up, but it's hard to know how to de-escalate a situation like this because you're looking out for your own safety.
Yeah, I think that the best thing to do if you are being attacked is...
Or if you're witnessing an attack.
Okay, if you're witnessing an attack, do what the individuals on this train did. They called the cops right away, and luckily it didn't escalate to the point where someone got hurt in any way, shape, or form. But I think what's even more important, and this is a lesson that I have to learn myself, is if you are getting attacked by someone, whether it's, you know, in the most intense verbal way imaginable, do not allow it to escalate, okay? And I know that the gut instinct is to fight back, and I've been in a position like that where I have fought back, and it didn't end well. So let them say their piece, let them go off. I think, you know, filming them is fine for evidence in case anything goes crazy and you might have to press charges in the future. But understand that things are really bad right now, and people are resorting to physical violence. And it's better for you to protect yourself by trying to de-escalate the situation and not engaging with these people.
The Young Turks isn't just us, it's also you guys. You make this show possible, and we want to thank you for it, and we want to grow together. We want to be too strong. TYTnetwork.com/join. Let's do it.